So to know how to know which equation to use for number 3, we need to start by identifying what information we are given in the problem. So a plane is traveling a distance of 5.0 times 10 to the 2 meters north. Okay, so distance and meters is position. And if we're going to talk about how far it goes, the easiest way to do that is to say that it starts at 0. So if you measure something with a ruler, usually you put the ruler starting at 0. So that way it's easy to measure how long it is. So if it starts at 0, then it would end at 5.0 times 10 to the 2. Now this is the same thing as just 500 meters. So we can write it either way. And then it says, while being accelerated uniformly from rest at the rate of 5 meters per second squared. So the units of meters per second squared, this should be an immediate aha moment that that's going to be your acceleration. So that's 5 meters per second squared. And it says that it starts from rest. So starting from rest, this means that the starting velocity is 0. So you're starting not moving. That's from rest. Okay, so that's 0. And then it asks us, what is the starting velocity? Well, we just talked about what that means. Starting velocity is 0 because it says that it starts from rest. So that means my starting velocity is 0. I don't even need to do math for that. And then it says, what is the final velocity that it attains? Well, I don't know which equation to use. So I'm going to start by making sure that what I'm trying to figure out, which is the final velocity, I want to make sure that the equation I choose has that in it. So here's a v, and here's a v. Now this one doesn't have a v. It has a v naught, but that's not the same thing. So I'm not even going to worry about using that equation. And then let's see, I have starting position and ending position. So that's these two. I have starting velocity. I have acceleration. And that's it. I don't have time. Oh no, I don't have time. Well, if I don't have time, then that means I cannot use it because I don't have it. Now, yes, I could use the first equation to solve for time, but unless you like using the quadratic equation, I do not recommend it. Instead, we are going to use this very fancy equation that does not include time because I can't use this one because it has time in it. All right, so now all I have to do is plug in these numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to make my colors coordinate. Alrighty, so now I've put in the numbers. So once you have this thing on the left side figured out of what numbers are what, then it makes it really easy to plug it into the equation you choose. So now I just need to do some algebra. So on the left-hand side, I have v squared. I don't know what it is, so I'm going to just leave that alone. 0 squared is 0. And then 2 times 5 times 500 is 5,000. So that means that v squared is equal to 5,000. So then I just need to square root both sides. And I get an answer of a velocity of 70.71 meters per second.